Hakatindo, Himpunan Keluarga Tahajud Indonesia. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Together with Allah, the most gracious, my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, today we are given health and given the ability to convey knowledge about the Tahajud, continuing the lesson we have conveyed. Know once again that there's a lot of knowledge about the Tahajud prayer. It is as if we are diving into the ocean of knowledge about the Tahajud prayer. Deeper we dive, the more new knowledge there is that previously know. Then find out. Okay, our theme today is the fastest way to find out of the difficult life, namely praying Tahajjud, praying Tahajjud every night. Well, only recipe that is the best. So we face of difficulties in life that we have to, that's the best way and the fastest way to do Tahajjud prayer. Okay, my brothers and sisters, before we continue, first of all, we would like to say thank you as much possible for good responses and reactions to Tahajjud videos that we have produced and continue to produce with good intentions, conveying knowledge that is very, very important in our lives, knowledge about the Tahajjud. Okay, before we continue with lesson, we always with reading the letter of Al-Fatiha.
A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Okay, to become billionaire, there are two normal ways. Namely, we have a business, right? For example, we make a restaurant or make something like that. But that's the normal way. The abnormal way is to ask Allah direct. Okay, so to make a long story short, less is that people who continuously pray Tahajjud will definitely made a millionaire by Allah. Then we also that the Tahajjud prayer is a certainty to get a successful. There are many stories, ordinary people later become very rich. Today's language be successful. So It's not the tahajjud prayer raises one's status, other people, but elevates the status of because we carry Allah's then we are given gift. If a small child wants to buy snacks, he doesn't look money and then asks his father, right? He asks for money like that, or to his mother, asks the money for what to buy, right? Well, that's also true for Allah because Allah is very. Then we have also learned that praying tahajjud ensures that we are always healthy and continue to be healthy. This one illustration I want to convey on this occasion today is think about why tells humans to wake up in the middle of night and not sleep continuously morning. One of the arguments that I found is that when someone sleeps continuously at night, that person's body becomes cold. With that, when it becomes cold in the freezes, right? The cold word means it freezes. Well, when it freezes, causes the blood vessels become blocked, so that blood flow becomes abnormal. If it goes to the heart, it becomes abnormal, so the heart has to work harder again, right? Well, continues like A. During the day, you could get a heart attack. How it is? Well, by waking up night, human body our becomes warm again, becomes again. Try to pay attention. There are people sitting there at night. His hand, it must be cold. Well, someone wakes up, their body will definitely be hot. Well, it turns out that by waking up and the body becoming hot, it becomes warm again. Yes, that's because fat that had accumulated, their body melted. Well, by melting, the blood flow will return to, well, that's from the health side. Well, what's even more interesting is many people ask, wow, where is scientific evidence that people who are in the are healthy, their body healthy? There is research conducted by a doctor of medicine. It's simple. Actually, the idea, the research to compare the health fact people who don't pray tahajjud with people who do tahajjud. Long story short, who don't do tahajjud, their health condition is not good. People who don't tahajjud, their physical condition gets worse, worse, so that in end their organs are damaged because every night they are damaged. Every night they are, right? Well, that's the result. Well, later on, well, it's been, well, what I've read is also extraordinary. So I've never said that at night process of replacing human body cells is taking. So today we have 10 million cells in our, well, at night we're not confident as that the result is that the new cells grow are reduced by half, so that what used to be cell the were one fiber, for example 10 millions, that's to, for example, it decreases to 9,800,000 cell, right? For example, that, well, every night body cells decrease, decrease. Finally, that person become thin. Well, when you meet old person, why is their body thin? Like there's no, that's sure. That's because I met a woman who was, what age was she? 80 years old? If I'm mistaken. She was very thin, wrinkled. That's what I asked. Sorry, Mrs. Do you tahajjud at night? No, never done tahajjud, sir. Wow, in my heart. Wow, that's right. What the doctors research logically every night, the body cells decrease. I once saw someone who was very famous. Yes, in the past, he was very powerful. Now, after 20 years, how I met already very thin. What was like only his bones were left. I was shocked in my heart, but I did dare ask the man. I was afraid of being scolded, I just guessed. So it reality, a reality that had to be taught. That's why Allah said that earlier. Today, Allah told us, have you thought of this? Have you thought about paying attention to you? Well, that from there, we slowly. How do you understand why Allah told us to wake up in the middle of? It turns out that one of them is second one is this. Second one, yes. So that our body cells decrease. At most S will remain the same. Try it later. If we meet grandfather or grandmother who really wrinkled, it's not because they eat. It's not because those people are fed by their children, but indeed because of that continue to decrease. We are conscious of millions of cells in our body, and it turns out these cells die and are replaced by new ones. That the problem is that The replacement is not the same as the previous one. Of course, we will get thinner. That's it. That's it. Slowly start to try to understand, yes, why Allah has to wake up in the middle of night. Even in that verse of the Quran, Surah Al-Mus, humans are told to sleep very little at night. What's going on? Previously, there was research. American country, Western country, humans should sleep at least 8 hours. Yesterday, I went to Gramedia and found a book about sleep is amazing. I didn't have time to buy the book because it's expensive and thick. So wow. Later, if there's money, that the results of the person's research told humans only sleep for 3 hours at night. He said no more than 3 hours. Wow. Surprised. Suddenly, I came to a conclusion. Well, that's it. Yes, we are not looking justification. Thousands of years ago, Prophet Muhammad was told, Allah, you wake up at night. Yes, that's the to that I salute you, who then research prove what the teachings of Islam are. Right? If it comes to that, the book explains that people have to sleep for a long at night, if necessary, 10 hours. That means it is against Quran. That's that slowly. Yes. Slow. Understand. Why we are told to wake up, but well, then the lesson of Tahajud we have this is that only intelligent people are willing to perform Tahajud prayer. Well, who are these intelligent people? Namely in young language. Yes, young language. Only people wanna think, well, religious language. People who is a person who wants Allah's command and leave Allah's command. Well, why intelligent people? Live this world, if not told by. Yes. Many people don't know why do you have to wake up at night? Why do you have to at night? Well, we need to continue to pay attention. Why does Allah state in the Quran only intelligent people are willing to wake up at night and perform Kanga prayer? Because these people know what they will get if they wake up at night and perform Tahajud prayer. Well, hey, the one who asked that question means that when pray Tahajud, we are trying to pressure. He said, asking that question, mashallah, pressing Allah, right? Wow, then that means this person doesn't understand that the command to pray Tahajjud is a command from Allah, a teaching from Allah, not something humans make up themselves. That is indeed Allah or you to get up and do the tahajjud. If you have my then in a hadith, yes, what it asks, what are you asking for, right? What are the prayers do you to pray? And then the third is if you ask forgiveness will be I forgive all your well what is a mistake in living our daily life. In even simpler terms, sin is when do not want to carry Allah's commands. We do what is forbidden. But Allah it is that's what in the Al-Fatiha letter that we read at the beginning of this Idini Mustaqim. There are those who translate much better in my opinion, namely, what guide us, O Allah. So we live in the right, well, we live in the wrong way. What is meant by the wrong is that we live own way. Yes, not follow Allah's guidance. Allah is angry with people whose lives do not want to be guided by Allah. Well, that's why it is mentioned in the that people who live in the wrong will definitely be left by Allah, then punished by Allah later. Well, yesterday watched a video on there was Mr. Thing that if a person's life is right, that person lives in an improper, then the universe punish that person. I was shocked that's what the universe is punishing people. He said, well, then I looked closely. And it turns out that a lot of people who think like that, just let him build a building. Later, the universe will punish bad person. Just let him. Later, the universe will punish. Well, it turns out that it is wrong if I think about it, that the one who punishes someone himself, Allah is the one who created this universe, not this universe. So yes, we must be ready to have different opinions. We must be ready to have different opinion. Others with anyone. Yes. In the end, the principle, what is my opinion for me, for you, your opinion? Yes. Like in the Western world, in America, people are free to have any opinion, and that person is never. For example, there are people who they have opinion that the earth is hell. They say, please, you have an opinion. That's right. But the or that flew above took a photo of the earth. It's round. The earth is rot. still don't believe that the earth is. If the list continues like this, how does change between day and night occur? Earth is round and rotating, right? That's an example. How does Allah tell us think logically? Because all of Allah's creation are logical. So if someone brings news or asks information that illogical, we must eat. Well, before we continue, we would like to express our deepest gratitude. It turns out that many people watch the video until the end. I don't know exactly how many, but many called Mr. I watched the video until the end. I didn't stop in the middle of it. Great that there's someone who's very famous and said this to me. I used to never do tahajjud. Now diligent in doing tahajjud. Now I'm that student of yours. Don't be like that, sir. That's we are. Well, hopefully the big ideal of HK Tindo, Association of Indonesian Tahajjud work, is to become a Tahajjud motivated. More and more people are motivated. That our lesson about Tahajjud, there are many arguments, there are examples we have conveyed. Well, finally we close with prayer. Yet, hopefully, we will be given more knowledge about the Tahajjud. Oh, Allah, the older we get, more motivated to wake up at night and perform Tahajjud prayer. Oh Allah, make us a group of people who don't know the meanings of the holy book of Quran, because so much knowledge about the Quran. Okay, let's end today's Tahajjud by Rabbil Hakatindo Indonesian Tahajjud Family Association. Number one Tahajjud motivator in Indonesia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Haktindo Indonesian Tahajjud.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hakatindo, Himpunan Keluarga Tahajud Indonesia.